below this blue line, the 5MA 112.4 around there, 112.4K. So there will be probably be some short-term resistance still, and probably still see some weakness. I think we most probably will see some sideways price action for now first. Yeah. Unless price can get a break above 113.5K, then it could do a further rebound towards the next level of resistance, which is this 117K. So that's for Bitcoin. I think we'll probably see some sideways first. Then next up is Dow Jones. So next up, Dow Jones, I think it's still quite strong. So what it's doing now is pretty much just a sideways consolidation. So 45K previous resistance is still holding as support. Then price is just trading sideways lah. So I think that's still okay. For now, support will probably be around 44.7K to 45.2K. Then current resistance around 45.7K. Okay, I think most probably we could see some further sideways first, but then if price can manage to break above this 45.7, we'll probably extend the uptrend. Next level of resistance, maybe if we do have a breakout, maybe 46.4K. We take the height of this range up, it's around 700 points. And we project it on top of 44.7, then we can get 46.4K. That might be the next target level. Yeah, for now, it's still okay as price is just still holding 45K above previous resistance. And next one for Nasdaq, I think we're seeing a bit of a sideways, but I think it's still okay. Pretty much the dips have been finding support along this upward support line over here, as well as I think the 30MA level. So I think overall for now, it's just a bit of a sideways. And last Friday, gap up to at this swing high, there was a bit of a pull, a bit of a selling from the open, but price still managed to find support from when the intraday lows actually retested near 21.5K, which is this 5, 10, 20MA level. So I think here will be the short-term support level. And if here can hold as support, that will be quite strong for price to move higher. And so for now, maybe some sideways action first. If price can hold 21.5K, this moving averages level, then I think will be quite good for price to move higher. Yeah, then above 21.9K, I think next level is maybe 22K about there. Yeah, so that's for Nasdaq. Yeah, still holding pretty well, just a bit sideways overall. For S&P also pretty much around the same. So price is still finding support at the rising wedge trend line area, as well as the 30MA level, which has been holding the dips whenever there's some dips along the way. And last Friday open at a new high as well, and some slight pullback. But price is finding support at the moving averages as well as this trendline support around 6,450. So I think that's still pretty good. As long as price still holds above 6,400, I think we should be able to still see this uptrend continue. And then next level of resistance, I think it's probably around 6,600 will probably be the next key level. Yeah, so for indices, they are all still trending okay. Next up for gold is last week had a significant moment. So finally, after the many months of consolidation, we finally see a breakout in terms of gold. So I think I will expect in terms of the target move, I think the projected move may be towards 3,770 area about there. So this is taking the height of this consolidation wedge projected onto the breakout point at close to 3,400. So I think we're probably around halfway over there. So for now, I think we should see price continue to find support along this 5MA level, this blue line over here for now. Yeah, as it continues the strong momentum since the fresh breakout. Yeah, so that's for gold, fresh breakout and expected to trade higher. And then next one is oil. Yeah, for oil for now, I think just probably sideways. So price is finding resistance above 65, then some support from a retest around 62 last Friday. So I think we probably see just some sideways movement for now with resistance 64 to 65 out there. Then some support 62 and then 60 afterwards. And this one for VIX, VIX nothing much taking place for now. Just still very much sideways. Like 17 to 20 is a resistance. Then whenever it hits like around 14, there's tends to be some support for there. So I think still pretty sideways. Copper also nothing much taking place right now, just sideways 4.6 resistance, then support around like 4.45 around there. So just pretty much sideways. Okay, I'll move on to the different sectors. So first sector I'll talk about is the Magnificent Seven. So I'll talk about the ETF that represents the sector first, which is this Roundhill Magnificent Seven ETF, MAGS. So in terms of the Mag 7, we're still seeing very strong kind of price action over here. I think it looks like a bit of an ascending triangle. Still finding support along this upward support line, and then resistance last week has a breakthrough at this $60.80 levels. I think that's very good. And probably we could see this uptrend continue with these higher lows and then a few retests of this resistance recently. So that's still very good for the Magnificent 7 overall. First I'll talk about is Meta. Okay, so for Meta, I think it's still overall still good. Just looks like a bit of sideways consolidation right now. So overall, the previous resistance are at around 740. It's still holding a support over here. We've seen it test 2 times recently, and then there's some resistance for now like 758, which is around the 20 MA level over here. Then above 758, I would think the next level of resistance around 775 this level. So for Meta, I think it looks kind of like a bit of a range bound consolidation first. Yeah, then if it can break above this 758, then we might see some further strength come in. Yeah, just for now, just some sideways consolidation over here. Yeah, in terms of the weekly, there's a bit of a pullback recently towards the 10 MA, but still finding support around there. So I think that's still good. Then if you can break above the 758, which is around this 5 MA level on the weekly, then we could see the momentum come back. And just for now, a bit just moving sideways. Next one I'll talk about is Apple. So I think Apple is still looking pretty good. Since the breakout around 220s, price a retest 225, which found support. This previous resistance finding support at 225, and then there was a gap up on Wednesday above this recent horizontal resistance 233. It's still very good, and price is holding above the short-term moving averages. So that's overall still, I think, still moving on track since the breakout over here. I think most probably we will see price go higher to test the next resistance, which is this horizontal level around 247. That's the next level, and then afterwards will probably be around 259. This swing high for in December last year. Yeah, so I think Apple still very strong. Still very strong for now with the recent higher highs to form. The next one is on Amazon. So for Amazon, I think it has recovered well since the earnings came down. Yeah, price has just been, it looks like a bit of a sideways consolidation. So just moving sideways with support around 220 and resistance close to 235. So just moving a bit sideways. I think if you can continue to see higher lows being formed around here, which we have been seeing with the swing lows getting higher, then hopefully I think for now support will be around if it does backtest the moving averages, I think support maybe around 228 around this area over here. Yeah, then if here can hold and support a higher low, then I think there's a good chance of it trying to test the resistance again 235 and move upwards. Yeah, so overall still a bit sideways for now, but it's still looking good, I think. If it breaks above 235, the next level of resistance I think will be the highs around 242 as the next resistance level. So Amazon a bit sideways, but overall still holding pretty well. Okay, and then next one is on Netflix. Yeah, for Netflix, I think moving sideways as well with some resistance at this at this area lah. Previous a bit of a sideways consolidation around here as well as previous swing high resistance 1,260. Then price is still finding a bit of a resistance over here. But I think good thing is that it's holding this support lah, around 1,200. So also just moving a bit sideways for now. Then on the weekly, it's around the holding the moving averages lah, like close to around 1,200. So probably think this will hold as support and a bit of a sideways price action first. If price can break above this 1,270 about there, then we could see price slowly go up to retest the highs around 1,340. So a bit range bound for now first, but I think still looking good for now as support is still holding. Yeah. And then next one is Alphabet. Alphabet last week very nice. Was initially trading in this uptrend channel, just daily uptrend, and then we had a gap up after the news. And I think for now, most probably will continue the momentum. I think looking for support, I think the 5 MA level around 224 should be able to hold as a dynamic support level if the price does a retest over here. Then for now, I would think in terms of horizontal level, the breakout of 230 over here should be able to hold as a bit of a support over here. Yeah, breakout of the first day highs over here. So I think, yeah, still looking very strong for now, Alphabet. Then last but not least, Microsoft. Yeah, so Microsoft, I think it's a bit of an outlier in terms of the techs. In this one, I think we're still seeing weakness as price in terms of Friday, there was a break. Is trying to looks like we might break down this 498 level, which is a bit of a sideways consolidation recently. And then is trading below the moving averages like at 500, 505 to 510. You can see price is below the 510.20 MAs. So that's not very good. And in terms of the weekly, it's below the 5 and 10 MAs as well. So I think we might see some further pullback towards next level of support. Maybe you could retest the 20 MA of weekly, this $481 about there. So in the day, coming back to the day itself, 480 is also a level. So this level over here, previous some slight consolidation before price move higher. So I think if there's a pullback to 480, I think price would maybe see some temporary bounce over there. But for Microsoft, I think we can see it's one of the weakest among the tech names right now for yeah. So in general, I think big tech still looking good. Most of them are either a bit of sideways or still very strong. For Microsoft, I think it's a bit weak as compared to the rest. Yeah, so that's generally for the big tech. Okay, I'll move on to the financial names. So first one, I'll start with the XLF, this Spider Financial Fund. So I think for this, it's probably trading within I think it's a rising wedge formation. So I feel that this trend line resistance has been respecting quite a bit over here, and then this will be the trend line support. So I think generally it's trading within this wedge itself. Yeah, finding a bit of a resistance at 54 recently. Let's see whether you can hold this $53 as support, which was this horizontal resistance prior to that. Yeah. Yeah, this is also a support level on the weekly MA. So you can see 510 MA over here. Price has been finding support along these lines. So I think 53 might be a temporary support over here for price to do a bit of a bounce. Maybe just sideways consolidation. Yeah. Okay, next one I'll move on to the big four banks. First one is JP Morgan. For JPM, I think generally still just very sideways over here. Retest of 300 is facing resistance, and then price A good thing is that price is holding 295, which is this breakout of this horizontal resistance level. So I think we might see some sideways price action for now still. Yeah. As long as price holds 295, I think we probably still looking quite strong. Yeah. On the weekly itself, I think the 510 MA levels are quite important to hold as well. Currently 293, 294 around there. Which price has been trending along and holding as support since the recovery from April. So I think this is also an important level to note. So looks like a bit sideways for now first. Next one, Bank of America. I think this one still is okay, still looking okay. Looks like a bit of sideways as well. Good thing is that price is still maintaining above the breakout of 48.70 over here, and just moving a bit sideways. So I think it's still pretty strong as long as can hold the breakout. And yeah, on the weekly, it's still above 510 MAs as well. So we might see some sideways consolidation, but if price can break above this recent resistance at $50.60, then you could see price continue to go higher. The next one, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo a bit weaker compared to the rest. So after the Gen price has found resistance like around the $83 around this area, and if we cannot hold this $80 level over here, we might see some further pullback to test like $77 over here. So generally, I think it's a big range from 77 to 83 around here. So not as strong as if price cannot hold this $80. Then on the weekly MAs itself, if it does break below this $80, then we might see test the 20 MA weekly close to 77, which is also the horizontal level. So this one looks quite sideways as well. And let me look at the last one, Citigroup. Citigroup, okay, I think it's still looking okay. Just looks like an ascending triangle over here. Still higher lows being formed and multiple tests of resistance. I think it's pretty good. As long as can hold this trend and support, I think it's like 93 around there should be still pretty strong. Then let's see whether it can try to break above 97 to have higher to continue the uptrend. So I think for banks, generally quite sideways now for most of them. That's about it for the financials. I'll move on to the semicon names. For semicon names, I think first one I will talk about the Philadelphia Semicon Index, the SOX. So for the semicon index still pretty range bound. There's no breakouts or breakdowns. Generally still holding support at 5,430, and then resistance is like 5,800 to 5,900, which has still been holding. So nothing much to comment, just still sideways. And looking in terms of the weekly chart itself, last week, even though we opened low, below the 510 MAs, we still managed to see a closing above that. So I think it's still holding the support. And as long as we don't see a breakdown below 5,500, I think should be still okay for now. Just still a bit sideways in general. Okay, next one, I'll move on to the individual counter. So first one I'll talk about is NVIDIA. So for NVIDIA, I think there's we can see price is a bit weakening in terms of price action. Originally, it has been trading in a range between 171 to 183. But start of last week, we can see price retested the support area, this 170, then doing some bounce, but hasn't been a large rebound like previously past two times. So price is just moving, holding with some recent 172 about there. Then Friday there's a bit of a gap down with increased volume as well. So I think for now here, on Friday also we tested this swing low which is like 164.50. I think here should be able to hold for now. What I think price might do is to actually do a bit of retest of the 5MA, then you might find some resistance over there. Yeah, which is like close to 171, which is this previous support area, which might find some support. So I think if it does retest the short-term MAs like 5 and 10 on the daily, we might see some resistance coming. Yeah, since it looks like a bit of a breakdown on the daily, sorry. Yeah, let me see. On the weekly, we can see some weakness also. Price close below the 5 and 10 MAs. So they've been pulling back on the weekly for like few weeks. So some weakness for now. Yeah, in terms of the next support level, I think will be 158, this level, and then 153. 153, if it reach, will be I think quite a strong support. This was like the previous double top resistance lah. So that will be a very strong support. So 150 and then 153, price goes a bit lower. I think we could have some quick bounce from those levels. Yeah, then for now 172, probably some resistance. Next one, AMD also seeing some weakness recently. So AMD weakness was because this price below this uptrend support line, which have been holding during the rally since April. And then second thing, in terms of horizontal levels, similar to NVIDIA lah. Previously, the horizontal support like 150, we've seen some good bounces over here, but recently the bounce is quite small. And then facing resistance from the 5 and 10 daily MAs, like last week bound to 164, 165 around there, then price had a gap down on Friday. So most probably we see 159 onwards here will probably be a bit of resistance in the short term, horizontal as well as the short term MAs. Then in terms of the supports downwards, I think we could see some support if it does retest this 147 level, which was this a bit of a sideways horizontal level over here previously. And 147, then next one is around 140. There's also a support over here. Yeah, so I think that's the short-term levels for AMD. Next one, TSM. TSM, I think still okay, just range bound. Yeah, just pretty much range bound for now still. With so just kept in the range at 230 and then resistance still at 247. So I think still nothing much, just probably just move sideways. And next one, ASML. Okay, ASML, I think ASML last week was pretty strong. I think close above the 5, 10, 20 MAs on the weekly, also the daily itself for gap up. So I think also with that also managed to break out this resistance at like 758 over here and then this area over here. So I think we could see some continued momentum upwards for ASML in the short term to maybe test to actually retest back this horizontal resistance area like 810, 820 this area again. Yeah. As long as they hold 758 this level, I think there's a chance to actually go higher with the current momentum. Okay, then for Marvell, Marvell after earnings gap down, nothing much, just sideways and broke below this 68, 68, 69 probably. If it does have a retest, this will be resistance, I think, in the short term. And then support for now will be, I think, this area, maybe 50. If it does dip towards like 58, 59, I think there might be some bounce. Because previously this was a resistance during the consolidation, and then when price broke out, it did 2 times retest over here. So I think this might hold as some short-term support. So I think overall, Marvell, after the gap down, probably sideways, I think 50, 59 support. Then if it does reach like 67, 69, this will be most probably resistance. Next one, Micron. I think Micron still trending pretty well. So another test of the resistance area again, 128, 129. Higher lows form along the way. And then the good thing is that this level 122, which was this some support price breakdown, then came back up. It managed to break above this level again, 122 on Thursday, and then close at 128, 129 the resistance. So I think that's still very good. I think we will most probably see some momentum upwards for Micron to continue to head towards the next resistance, which is next level 136 over here. And then next one will be maybe 143. Yeah. And then 156 based on the previous horizontal levels. So I think still looking quite good for Micron right now. I'll talk about two more, Broadcom as well as Intel. So for Broadcom, yeah, after earnings cap up, then generally just a bit of I think maybe profit taking. But I think overall it doesn't change that it's a strong uptrend overall. Then I think if there's some dips towards the support, I think there could be some rebound. Yeah, so I think for now, some supports to watch. If horizontal level wise, if it does retest 317 now, this previous resistance, and then if price catch up to if the price retest the 5 MA in the very short term, I think we could see some bounce from there as well. So most probably, I think price might just do a bit of a dip or sideways until wait for some of these and moving averages to catch up. Then we might find some support again for the price. So I think this one just wait first. This one Intel, nothing much. Intel just sideways. Yeah. Good thing is that if as long as price can hold like 2350, then I think it's still pretty okay, which was this prior horizontal resistance. Now acting as a bit of a support over here. And on the daily, also still okay, just retesting the 5 MA on the weekly. So if this holds, I think it might be still quite good for price. For price to try to do some rebound towards the resistance like close to 26. So that's it for the semi-cons. I think generally index-wise it's still quite sideways. In terms of individual names, I think we're seeing in terms of the bigger names like NVIDIA, AMD, we're seeing some weakness. Then some of the other names like ASML, Micro, I think we are seeing some strength coming. So maybe some rotation taking place among the individual names for now. Then last sector I'll talk about is EVs. So for first one, I'll start with Tesla. I think Tesla, still holding the breakout well. So since the breakout of this wedge, and price has been, I think, trending within this uptrend channel over here. So for now, Friday, we tested the swing high 355, then some upper wick over here. Today, there's a market up again. So I think over here it might be close to the resistance if based on the horizontal level as well as the horizontal level previously like 355 to 357 we have this swing high previously. So over here might have some resistance. In terms of the channel itself, like 359, 360, there might be some resistance over here. So I think over here is quite high. Might be have some resistance for the short term. Then if there's some pullback, I think price maybe just it could do a bit of a sideways or a pullback, from this area. Then in terms of supports, I think short-term support maybe around like if it does retest like around 340, this area where the moving averages are, there might be some support over here. So maybe similar to this, but if there's a dip towards the moving averages, then price it might be a low area again for price to do a rebound. So yeah, I think price overall Tesla is just moving up and down within this channel itself. Okay, now I'll talk about some other EVs. Xpeng. Yeah, Xpeng after the strong moves upwards, see some profit taking back down. So for now, momentum is down below the 5M, below the moving averages. And I think if it does dip towards like $19 around there will probably be some support based on previous swing low levels. And then for now, resistance maybe around $21 about there. Yeah, for NEO, I think momentum coming off a little bit as well. Yeah, we're seeing some pullback. I think we might see price retest the 5M in the weekly itself, 5.6 around there. Yeah, that's a 20 MA on the daily itself as well. In terms of horizontal levels, like 5.3, around 5.3 is also a horizontal previous resistance that might get support. The price pullbacks towards these areas. And then last one, Rivian. Yeah, for Rivian, I think interesting chart. Okay, looks like a bit of a double bottom. So over here, like around $12, double bottom. Neckline resistance like $14.50 around here. So I think if price can break over this resistance again, then we might be able to see some upside for Rivian, I think, for now. Yeah. To test the resistance area like around 1570 and then like this 1660 area. Yeah, so I think maybe something to look out for if you're interested. Yeah, so that's it for the individual counters. I'll move on to the Q&A. Okay, let me see. I see some questions. Okay, I see the question. September is supposed to be bearish historically. What's the probability for this September as interest rate cut is also in the same month? Okay, I think yes, you're correct. If we look at historical, September is is a bit weaker lah. Historically, I think in terms of the stats, just this morning I took a look. It's September on a post-election year, September averages like minus 1.35% lah for the S&P 500 with a 43% chance of the month ending up green. So definitely some weakness. But in terms of the price action, I think still okay lah. If I look at how how I went through the indices earlier on, still an uptrend. Then I think generally price is respecting the 30 MA level, that I have observed. So this, if the 30 MA level price is find some good support along the way. So I think if this, as long as this holds like 6,400, should be still okay. And then weekly wise, 6,370, which is a 10 MA weekly. As long as this holds, I'll still remain bullish. Yeah. So unless these two levels are being broken, then I will be more cautious this month. Yeah. And in terms of if rate cut is coming, I think historically we look at it, if the rate cut is done not in the case of recession, the market tends to rise. Also, for example, like last year, we seen the rate cut start. I think it was September as well. Then generally market reacted quite well to it as well. So I think I probably wouldn't worry too much for now. Yeah, unless the price unless the price action breaks some of these key levels, then I'll be more cautious. But I'm not expecting, even if that happens, I'm not expecting like a big crash to come. Maybe just a normal maybe like 3 to 5% pullback around there. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. And there's another question. Hi Zane, why is Bitcoin and Ethereum having a pullback recently while gold and quite a few SGX stocks are hitting all-time highs? I think I'm not too sure about that as well, but in terms of the crypto, I think previously because they have rallied quite a lot, especially for Ethereum. So I think probably some profit taking, and Bitcoin also, I think also found a double top, and we're seeing some pullback. I think which is quite okay. Overall, it's still an uptrend, and that's normal. I think just normal pullback. And yeah, if you're interested, I think if it actually hits some of the long-term moving averages, that might present a good buying opportunity as well. If there's a big enough pullback. Yeah. Let me see what's the other part of your question. Gold is hitting all time. Yes, gold. Yeah. So after a long consolidation, which I think we've been if you join this webinar, we're talking about it for quite some time. The gold was just sideways and finally we break out. And previously it was an uptrend. So yeah, so I think that's a continuation of uptrend. So pretty good. And STI stocks, yeah, STI generally, STI has been very strong. A lot of all the names have been just rallying. So I think maybe because of funds coming in, and also the chart, STI chart is also pretty good if you look at it. Times index. Yeah, STI chart still pretty good. The July strong rally, then we had this ascending triangle consolidation and recently breakout again. So very healthy consolidation and breakout to continue the uptrend. Yeah, so I think maybe just some rotation around the different sectors. I think if Bitcoin Ethereum dips enough, I think the funds will come back to buy in as well. Yeah, just I think it's quite normal. Uh, okay, I think there's another question. NVIDIA since a downtrend, will it be better to sell and buy back later? Okay, I wouldn't think it's on the down. I don't think it's in the downtrend right now. If you look at the big picture, there has been quite few violent pullbacks along the way. But overall, it's still in the uptrend. In terms of if you're looking at it from a very time sensitive daily time frame wise, a very short term view, then I think it could be in weakness. I'll call it a bit of a weakness since it broke below this 171 level. Will it be better to sell and buy back later? I think you can do that. Yeah, I think, but you must kind of pray that the price hits some of these support levels and then rebounds back. So I think there's some luck involved as well. I think if you're looking in terms of trading, I think for now can look to sell and buy back at lower prices. But in terms of investment, I think probably you can just hold on for now. Maybe just some normal pullback for now. Yeah, that's what I feel. Okay, I'll move to some of the questions. First one, MSI. Okay, for MSI, the is Motorola Solutions. So I think overall price since breakout of 438 move upwards and consolidation sideways breakout of 470. So overall still trending well, and then some resistance in the short term to look at will be this 480 on there. Yeah, 480 around there might be some resistance. So I think at this level, price maybe might do some sideways again, but I will expect uh this uptrend to hold on like 468 to like 472 area. This should be able to hold as a support again around the 10 MA as well, the horizontal level breakout levels. Then above 480, the next resistance level to look at is close to 498 to 500 around there. So still a good uptrend taking place for Motorola. And next one, VBK. I think VBK also still holding well. This is a small cap growth ETF. Yeah, just breakout of 289 holding as support, and then yeah, testing this area of range resistance previously 296. So we might be a bit of a pullback over here, then rebounded back up. So I think we might see price try to go back up further to try and test the next level of resistance 302, 303 over here. Yeah, since I think small caps also benefiting from the rate cut narrative. Yeah. And this one ETHA, the Ethereum ETF, iShares Ethereum Trust ETF. Yeah, this one I think still holds actually quite resilient now. You can see it just sideways. Yeah, I think almost just pretty sideways like 31 to 36. So I think over here the 20 ME level daily might hold as a bit of support along with this swing low. And then if you look at it on the weekly, yeah, on the weekly itself, maybe if it come the 10 MA level, if it dips until there is also probably a good support level as well. So I think for now, maybe just some sideways consolidation now in general. Okay, next high BY Congress new holdings VSCO and ST. For new holdings, I think I'm still pretty positive about it. So since the price broke above $14, still maintaining above the breakout. And then price, still holding the short-term moving averages support like 1450 around here, some sideways. Then so I think it's still pretty good as long as price holds above $14 is breakout. If price can break 15, then most likely we'll see rally continue to retest its previous double top, like around $16. And next one, VSCO, which is Victoria's Secret. For Victoria's Secret, I think okay, the chart is pretty good as well. So after the earning, I think this was earnings or gap up, then pull back towards resistance, like around 2270 about there. And we've seen a rebound back. So this, I think I like this chart. This was quite a strong resistance previously. Tested multiple times, and then the next thing, and then also is also after earnings back tested and then found support and move higher. So I would think price will probably be I think hit higher from here. Yeah, there's some possible resistance at around $28 based on previous levels around there. But I think if that's cleared, I think we might see next one is like 29, around $30 and then 32 about there. So I think Victoria's Secret, I think this chart is pretty good. After a long range consolidation over here, we think there's a breakout we're seeing right now. Yeah. The next one is C Limited. For C Limited, I think is still holding well after the earnings gap up, clear resistance 170, generally a bit sideways over here. But still price is still generally heading higher. So I think most probably will extend the uptrend to go towards the next level of resistance, like around this 200 this area like 200 to 206 here. Then afterwards, the next level of resistance will probably be around 230. So that's for C Limited. The next one, there's a question on IBIT. IBIT, iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. For this, I think some weakness for now. As you can see, this was previous resistance like 63.90. Price did a range over here, then double top 69, around 69, 50 about there. Then we see some breakdowns recently. So I think some weakness for now for IBIT. We might see some sideways movement or a bit of a further pullback. The next level of support, I think, will be around maybe close to 60 and then like 57, 60 around there. Yeah. Okay, hi, Busion, your partners are ELF, SMCI, and Palantir. Okay, for LPT, I think it generally is a range consolidation, but some good price action. Previously, because 109 over here, right, there was a earnings step down, but afterwards it looks like a bear trap and its price recover back up quite quickly and then has held above that all the way. So then recently we also seen another bullish development is that price took above 123 this resistance and then back test found support, move higher and then also clear this 130, 131 resistance area. So I think overall still looking pretty good. Then next level of resistance I think will be to test this 140, 143 to 147 this area. The next one is like 152 around there. So I think for LQT, I think the chart is still looking pretty good with the recent bullish price action. Next SMCI, I think it's a bit still showing weakness since the earnings gap down. We've seen price just slowly trend lower along the 5 and 10 day and is for now 39 might be an area of maybe some support because this was like a range resistance, like 37 to 39, then turn to support price, and then afterwards price went higher previously. So back at if we go back to 39, there might be some support over here. And then second thing is that there's this upward support line also. Yeah, so I think there might be some support over there. Then in terms of resistance, maybe 42 to 43 will be quite strong resistance for now. Like the 5 MA and 20 MA of weekly sell. Yeah, so for SMCI, maybe some bounce might take place from there, but I think overall will be still quite weak with the kind of price action, just a range, and then we see a breakdown, and then a range, a breakdown again. So probably maybe just a small bounce from supports. The next one, Palantir, I think still a bit weak. So Palantir, we've seen that price looks like is below this uptrend channel over here for this support. Then for now it's just sideways, and now we're seeing some lower highs around here with supports around 150 lah. Those are the lower week levels. So generally sideways, and then daily time frame wise, you're seeing price finding resistance 5 and 10 MA levels over here. So I think for now maybe it's just sideways. I think more towards downside bias. If 150 breaks again, we might see a retest of this lower wick around 142. Yeah, then maybe some lower highs afterwards. Yeah, below 140, 142, 145, this area of support. The next level of support maybe about 133, 130 to 133 around here. Yeah. So I think for Palantir, still not much strength, just generally moving sideways after this sell down. Okay, next one is on TLT, which is a 20 plus year treasury bond ETFs. So for this, I think it has been sideways for quite some time. I think generally still in the range over here, but good thing is that there's been higher lows form along the way. So I think we've seen higher swing lows form along the way at the consistent resistance around 88 to 89. So I think price will try to break out this range to try to hit 90 to 90 as well as 92 as the next resistance over time now. Because if you look at the inverse, which is the 20-year government bond yield, because TLT is the inverse of this, we can see that the 20-year plus bond yield is showing weakness lah, where it's a descending triangle, lower highs, and then price breakdown of 4.74% support level. So I think if bond yields come down to test next support like 4.62, if bond yields come down, I think we'll probably see TLT move upwards in the inverse. So I think we'll probably see price breakout of TLT to test the next resistance upwards. The next one, Lockheed Martin. Okay, for Lockheed Martin, I think it's slowly trending upwards for now. Because price, yeah, just moving sideways, range and then breakout like over here for 433, and then over here retesting the prior resistance over here sideways a while, breakout 443, and then over here again last week. Close out this gap at 456 and then breakout again. Yeah, so I think we might see this recent trend continue where it just slowly trend higher. Yeah, maybe along this upward support line perhaps. Yeah, so I think we might see price go to test 470 over here, then pull back sideways again. Yeah, something like that. Okay, next one, Chipotle. Uh, okay, yeah, after earnings step down has been just moving downwards. Over here right now, close to the support as well as swing low like 41. So I think we might have some small bounce over here. Previously, I think this was like a support level below 41. Next support level like 39, maybe down 39.40 lah, based on previous levels. But for now, I think there might be some small bounce from this retest over here, but I think we'll find resistance from the 5 MA, maybe like 41.60 perhaps. Overall, it's still pretty weak. Yeah, I would expect some small bounce, then retest of the moving averages, maybe 5 MA or 10 MA, maybe find resistance again, then maybe ammo sideways or continue to make lower lows. Yeah. Next one, essential. I think price moving a bit sideways for now. So just moving to around 250 to 260 area for now. Then maybe some resist on the weekly wise, some resistance maybe from a retest of the 10 MA weekly. So around 266 for now, yeah. Which we've seen over here previously. Since price is still on a downtrend, yeah. Okay, next one, Surf Robotics. Okay, so Surf Robotics, I think this one is like tried to break out of this downwards channel over here, but couldn't hold at 1060. And then in terms of the horizontal levels, I think there's still generally quite a strong resistance at $12 around here. Then price just pulled back. Over here we might see just some sideways again, where over here like around like 880. Over here this swing to my hold as a temporary support. Maybe some sideways over here first. Yeah. Then resistance could be like this. For now, maybe resistance like 1070 onwards. Yeah. The next one on United Health, I think United Health, after the gap out, I think price action is pretty good. It's been holding the short term 5 and 10-day moving averages over here. And then on the last Friday, also break out of 310 this horizontal level over here. So I think very good. I think we'll hit higher after this consolidation to test on the resistance ahead. Like this previous swing high area, like 322 to 326. That's like the short term next resistance. And afterwards will be like 340 around. This was how much? This 339. Yeah. So I think most probably will hit, I think we'll go higher after this consolidation as price is well supported. Okay, next one, Novo Nordisk. Okay, I think price after rebound, say facing some resistance from a retest of prior support around 57. Yeah, on the weekly itself, I think overall could find some resistance like could 59, the 10 MA level. Yeah, and temporary support 54 on the 5 MA weekly. And overall, maybe we see some sideways price action for now first. Okay, the next one is CVS. Okay, for CVS, I think it's trending pretty well. So price tested this gap up resistance 7170 with there was a bit of sideways and then afterwards breakout of that to continue trending higher. So I think most probably we see price continue the rally towards the next level of resistance, which is around this 7560 previously, and then this 7720 for CVS. Next up is Pfizer. Okay, for Pfizer, I think there's some pullback from the horizontal resistance around $26, and yeah, just moving a bit sideways over here. And the weekly, yeah, just retesting the 5 to 10 MA level, 2470 to 25. So maybe might see whole price, we might see price hold over here for below that next support like 2390, 20 MA weekly. Yeah, so I think most probably some sideways consolidation with the resistance will be the recent resistance like 25 over here. Next one, Lululemon. Yeah, after earnings get down again. Uh, yeah, so I really need to go back all the way back to see what's the price levels. Yeah, so I think in terms of next level, the support maybe around 162, 163 based on previous levels, and then afterwards maybe 153, maybe around there. Yeah, so definitely still very big for Lululemon, and uh yeah, we could see maybe price sideways or trend a bit lower. Yeah, based on previous like earnings gap down we seen over here, price trended over and over here as well. So yeah, let's see whether most probably we'll try to go back to some of the previous supports. Next one, Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce, I think after earnings step down, but some bounce, I think still maintaining like this 233 level. For now, I think maybe some range consolidation with resistance probably still holding at 257 for now. Yeah, then maybe just price will maybe just do some sideways over here. Yeah, on the weekly, it's still there's price is still below the 10 MA as well. There might be some reason to find by. Yeah, so I'll expect some range bound first. Next one on Eli Lilly. For Eli Lilly, I think it's maybe slowly inch upwards, but forming some slight range in between. So over here, tested the previous support, holding some resistance at 715 sideways, move up again, and then break out, move sideways again. So fill the gap over here 745 around there. Next one, 760 probably some resistance as well. So I think quite a lot of resistance along the way, and price is just moving slowly, going a bit higher and sideways at the same time. Yeah, so this one really, for this to continue, we must see this 720 hold as support, which is the breakout of this swing high. On the weekly, maybe some resistance can come in because it tested the 10 MA weekly, like 740 over here. Then we see some upper wicks on both weeks. So perhaps some pullback over here, maybe some sideways. Okay, next one, Moderna. Yeah, Moderna for now, I think should be quite weak because it's back down to test this 23 level again and breakdown of this 2570. So maybe I think we might see some sideways over here, where here might the recent breakdown below 26 will hold as a bit of resistance. Yeah, on the weekly itself, 5 ME might be the 26 also, maybe some resistance as price base is like trending along this as resistance for now. The next one is on Adobe. So Adobe, I think generally still downtrend, then lower highs, and then test of the key support again at 333. So some rebound over here. Short-term wise, is could be some resistance from the MAs around this 350 plus area, and also this horizontal breakdown area. Above that, 362 was also a resistance. So I think most probably we might see some sideways or pullback from this area again. There's also, I think, earnings coming up this on the weekly, also 359 10 MA weekly might be some resistance as well. The next one is on Teladoc. Yeah, Teladoc, some bounce back to this breakdown area like $8 previously. I think here might probably hold some resistance up for price. Maybe just I think price might do some sideways over here first between like 7.5 to like $8 one pound. And GameStop also earnings coming out this week. Generally, nothing much. Since the previous earnings gap down, price has just moved sideways for 3 months. Between like 2022 to 24. So I'm not expecting much. Uh yeah, for now, just probably sideways until then we see how it moves after the next earnings. Next one, Hive Digital. Yeah, for this, I think okay, this one slowly going up. Yeah, and things yeah, tested this area of swing high previously, $3. Some pullback over here. Okay, I think if it dips to like 250, then here should be able to find some support from this resistance for a bounce. Yeah, I think that's for now. Next one, Canon Inc. Canon just range bound against previous this support like around 81 cents already 85 cent area holding as resistance for now. So we're seeing resistance around the 80 cents over here for now. Then support for now is around like 66 cents. So I think nothing much. I'll just do like range bound taking place for now. And next one, bit mining BTCM. Yeah, this one just fading off since the high volume day over here. So most we might see some support back in again. Around close to this swing low, which are 230 to 250 area. I think we might see, yeah, maybe it could do a retest and some small bounce. But generally, I think might find resistance on the short-term MAs. Next one, BTBT. BTBT showing some weakness, I guess. The breakdown is 270. Yeah. And next support level maybe around this 230, 235 around there. And maybe around next one 215. Okay, next question, Fortinet. Okay, Fortinet after the earnings gap, I think it has been just pretty much sideways for now. So I think for now, in terms of horizontal levels, previously, I think maybe 83, 84 there, based on previous level, might be a resistance. This was like a previous support as well. The weekly, currently doing a retest of the 5 MA 78. So to see whether you can try to hold above it to to try to go higher. Yeah, for now I think most probably still quite range bound. Yeah, it's been pretty sideways with some recent 81. First 81 and after next maybe 83 could be some resistance as well. Then I will expect recent supports to hold like 76 over here. So I think all in all, I would think quite sideways. Yeah. Next one, Enphase. Okay, Enphase I think looking a bit better because overall downtrend counter, but trying to come out of this downtrend channel and recently it's like a potential bearish trap over here where price recover back above 34.30. Then doing some sideways recently, testing the support breakdown over here like 30 around 30. This is 39. So maybe some resistance over here could still hold with some sideways, but let's see if price can maintain the recent lows at 36, then there could be a chance for price to try to rebound further up. Then next level of resistance to look at would be like this 43. Yeah, so maybe this is like some rebound overall. In terms of the weekly wise, also looking better. So previously price was finding resistance along the 5 and 10 weekly. Then we see recently trying to get out above. If price can hold like this 36, 37 weekly 510 MAs, then there might be a chance for a further bounce ahead for Enphase. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's about 9:50. I'll take two more questions. Yeah. So next one is Hims and Hers. So Hims and Hers tested this support like 41 recently. Then we're seeing some rebound. I will expect resistance like this 52 lah, this over here, this horizontal level. Then in terms of the weekly, I think for 50 might be some resistance or 50 to 52 lah. This 10 MA on the weekly. Yeah. Then I'll think over here might be resistance, then maybe go do a pullback and just sideways over here. Yeah, maybe something similar to this part. There was a down, then a rebound, then sideways again. Okay, next one, Lum Research. Lum Research. Let's see how is it on the weekly. Still quite good. Holding 510 MA as supports. Previously it was holding around here. Last week kept down but close above that. Still looking okay. So I would think for now the support around this 96 is still holding, and could see price go back up to test the recent resistance like this 105 and 108. Yeah, above that is 111. Yeah, so I think for now a bit still looks a bit range kind of movement, but still supported from the daily like 96 around there, and the weekly also looking okay. So I think either range now still further range, or could try to move higher afterwards. Yeah. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm unable to take all the questions if you have time. Let me see. I do see some qualitative questions. Let me just try to see. Oscar held very volatile. Any chance to go back in again? I think there could be a chance for this counter lah. Also notice it's quite volatile, the up down movement. So I think this one counter try to buy deep. I think there could be a chance. Yeah, so over here like go up, then came back down, then go up, then it did a range over here. Even though breakout, then there could still be a chance where there's a pullback. I think if that comes, then there could be a chance. Yeah, since it's also like quite low value, like 10 plus dollar kind of stock. I think there could be a chance if there's a pullback. Do you know what does sponsor ADR mean on the name? For example, ASML is ASML holding NV sponsor ADR. I'm not sure on that. Yeah, sorry, I can't give you a very good answer on that. Apologies. Are crypto sensitive to Fed rate cuts? Do they react positively or negatively? I think in general, like the risk assets are quite sensitive. So I think if the rate cuts come, I think that could generally benefit cryptos as well. Yeah. Okay, then no US webinar for next 2 weeks. Yeah, there's no webinar. Because I'll be away. But I'll be when I'll be back, when I'm back, the webinars will resume. So apologies for that. Okay, so yeah, there's still quite a lot of questions in the Q&A. Sorry, I'm going to take all of them. But I appreciate for your all of you attending and also asking so many questions. Yeah. So I'll end the session over here. Let me just share the link that some links. Just give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so I've dropped the link for the survey form. So you can leave any feedback about today's session. If you think it's good, you can I'll appreciate if you can leave me a feedback as well. Also, if you're new, welcome. If you haven't, if you have always been here, also, if you haven't joined the Poem 3 community and kind of you can feel free to download using this link. Then it's a place where you can actually I'll post about TA lah. Then you can leave any questions there if you have any, or just engage in a discussion with other people as well. So it's just a TA community. And then if you're new or you haven't joined, we have also the Poems TA. I've dropped the Telegram handle in the chat as well. So you can join the Telegram group as well. Same thing lah. You can ask TA questions, or I'll post TA content over there. So that's about it for today's session. Thanks a lot for all attending and also all your questions. Hope you all have a good week ahead in the market as well. And then just look out for some of the key, as usual, the key stuff like your earnings, if your counters have earnings, and also some of the major economic calendar events, like tomorrow there's the non-farm payroll revision. I think there'll be quite in focus, like everything about jobs is in focus right now. And then also the CPI Thursday this week. So that's it for today's session. Hope all of you have we had a good interaction, as well as sharing of TA counters. We can all take reference on each other and see what kind of possible setups and things to do, maybe to put in our watch list. Okay, so that's all for today. Hope you all have a good week ahead and good trading and hope to see you again next webinar. Have a good night and bye bye.